Hey, good afternoon. This is Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing. I am traveling today, but I will be posting later on today after the close. Just one quick note: if you've got a marketing group, or if you're a kind of a thought leader, if you have your own marketing group, or if you're a ag lender listening to me, if you want to set up a meeting, I am available. I'm setting up my schedule for marketing seminars, especially once harvest is over. Please give me a call, 312-638-8868. Come out and talk to you for a half hour to an hour and really dig in deep and kind of share with you my strategy, the stuff that I've learned, which makes me possibly a little bit different than all the other dozens of people out there who are doing what I'm doing. On that note, what's going on today? December corn up 3 3/4 cent, trading at 420 and a half. We are right on the 20-day moving average. Ditto for November beans. The 20-day moving average in D's corn, and again, we've talked about this before. Um, why that has been holding us back, I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time worrying about the whys. We are right on it right now. However, 419 and a half, we're trading 420 and a half. If you go back there for a while, it's been a pretty significant level. I can't get fired up and get bullish corn. I'm sorry until we go fill that July 4th gap at 433, 432 and 3/4. I do have cash sale recommendations for anybody that's working with me. Our first cash sales for the year were at 470. If we do get up closer to 440 again, I want to sell some more. Yeah, I want to sell in two rallies. Call me crazy. Moving on to November beans. We are trading at 1016 and a half, traded as high as 1019 and a half, up a dime. There's no news in the portal, I guess you want to call it. There's no new talks about what's going on with us in China. Very, very technical. We've got a little bit of a wedge building here in November beans. That's something to look at. We've talked time and time again about the importance of 1023. That's basically the midpoint range of the entire year's trading range for 2025. You go and look at the that contract. 1023 is the high at 1075 and the low at 971. Right, you do the math. 1023 is right in the middle, so it's a good fighting level. We'll see if we can get above that today. If you look at where the 20-day moving average is in November beans, it's right there as well. The 20-day today is at 1014 and a half. So we're trading at 1016 right now. We're right above it. We'll see if that can be a pivot for the rest of the day. If you're day trading, good luck. But those 20-day moving averages and stuff, they're good technical levels to fight during the day. I was looking at December wheat up 3 cents. Again, we're trying to, who wants to call the contract low when we're at the bottom of basically a 3-year down move? We're sitting, thank goodness, back above $5 again, but I don't think wheat goes anywhere until we get a bigger move in corn. December Chicago wheat up 3 cents, 501 and 3/4. Kansas City wheat up a penny, 489 and a quarter. Traded as low as 484 and a quarter. Kansas City 84 and a quarter. That is, um, you know, not where you want to be at this point. So if you're storing it, don't do the store and ignore. If you look at my letter, especially the weekends, the weekly wrap, I did a real long-term outlook of levels to watch in wheat and on the long-term continuation charts. So yeah, we are at a 5-year low, and yes, there's still possibly more downside to go. Now, pointing out that there's possibly more downside to go is not predicting it. I always get, sometimes I don't really call it arguments. I just kind of laugh about it. But there are some people out there where if you point out what the possible risk is, they think that you're promising them we're going to get there. That's complete nonsense. All I can tell you is if we don't find a bottom in wheat, we're going to keep going until we find the bottom, and the targets will be old lows from the charts. It's just the world we live in now. I know it doesn't make any sense, but with computers and algorithms and AI, those old lows become targets. Now, at any point, we can turn around and recover, right? But guessing the bottom, there's an old expression: trying to catch a falling knife, you can end up with lots of cuts on your hands. So I am not bullish or bearish. I want to see if we get some demand back here. The government hopefully will reopen. once these people get done with their No Kings protest, um, I believe that's going to be on the 18th. So we get through that. Maybe next week these guys will stop acting like 3-year-old children and get back to work. Then we'll see. Is there 13 or 14 billion dollars that's going to be coming on tap for the American farmer? People are very upset right now because of the bailout. What's going on in Argentina? That's more geopolitical than anything else. And Trump does not have to get permission from Congress to do that type of stuff. That's why they're doing it. For them to free up money for U.S. farmers, the government's got to be back in session. So yeah, there's a million different reasons why they're doing what they're doing in Argentina. A lot of it has to do with rare earths. A lot of it has to do with they're trying to reestablish our influence in South America, where the Chinese, believe it or not, are down there actively trying to exert their influence. Chinese had spent the last 15 years doing the Belt and Roads. Go and look at history, what they've done in Brazil, building roads and building infrastructure and investing all kind of money down there. Money equals influence. So this is not something that's going to go away tomorrow. And I think that once the government gets back in session, I would be very surprised if there isn't a big announcement as to how much everybody's going to get. If you're a farmer in the U.S., especially if you're selling soybeans, growing soybeans, that's really been decimated. No two ways about it. We grow 4 billion bushels of corn every year for decades. China's taken 25% of that. You can't lose 25% of your market and not feel it. So, and that's done from no fault of the farmers. So hopefully we can get this back on track and get those markets back. But long term, this whole issue with bigger supply coming out of South America, that didn't just show up yesterday. I know there's going to be people out there that are going to try and make political hay about it. This has been going on for 15 years. So it's a longer term problem. We're going to have to deal with it. It's all wrapped up too in what happens with biodiesel and ethanol. Um, so again, while a lot of people get very pessimistic, I would just say this: defend. Make sure you keep your upside open, because we are just one weather event away, or one politician's statement away from a recovery. And right now, the boat's leaning very heavily to the sell side. Everybody's negative. If you've got people, in the national media that are concerned suddenly about American farmers, that's generally a sign, because when people that normally could care two shakes about you are suddenly interested in you, that tells you that we could be in for some sort of a turn here, some sort of a reconciliation. So keep your powder dry. Make sure you defend stuff. Don't just store and ignore. If you're going to store it, keep a cheap put under it. I'm not sitting here telling you we can't go lower. That's complete nonsense. What I don't think you want to be doing right now is paying for puts by selling 2 calls, stuff like that. You're just setting yourself up for pain, because if we do spin around and recover, then you've created a new problem for yourself. So, all right, if you're looking for help, give me a call, 312-638-8868. I'm traveling today, but I will be talking later on once the plane lands. Have a good rest of the afternoon. This is Chris Robinson.